I think my fond memory is when this all started with Maureen, and that's one. She was so lovely and so supportive of us, which is interesting because sometimes the guitar is not taken seriously. It can be an instrument that's sort of marginalised by the classical. Not everyone, but it does have a tendency. People don't know what classical guitar is, and Maureen, who was a very, very fine singer herself from a completely different world, took music very seriously. And there's us two come in. And we're doing all these sort of like really funky arrangements for all these guitars, and she loved it.
Yeah.
And I remember
she took us seriously. It was kind of good. She took the guitar
I remember she did say. She always used to say to us. She always used to come up and say, "Now, don't make it too much fun."
Yeah, exactly. They're not here. They're not here to enjoy themselves. They're not here to enjoy themselves. They're here to work.
But you know what?
Which is.
She sort of meant that.
I know what she meant.
But she also, Maureen had this sort of cheeky, and she did actually.
She had a wicked sense of humour. I mean,
and she used to support us, come to all our concerts. She used to, without fail, and she adored it. And she was introduced to loads of music that she had never expected to hear on guitar. And I remember having many talks with her, and she was saying how delighted she was with the whole concept because of the ensemble idea. And the fact that she could see that people were bettering themselves as musicians, and that was key to her ethos. That's what she wanted. So I think that's why she was so supportive. And I do remember playing over in her beautiful house and having concerts over there. And she was lovely, and she supported us. She was a very important person in our early career. We were very young, students out of college. And it was the first person to really say, no, I'm going to trust you. She put trust in us to run the course, never interfered, always let us run the course. And that trust was paid back because then we could listen to her, and between us it grew. There was a year when we were all stuck because the snow came down in bucket loads and no one could go anywhere. And we were really worried. We thought we were all going to be sleeping in the house. We all sort of hunkered down, opened the bottles of wine. The cook brought out the cheese. We lit the candles and we started the first soiree in the evening on the Saturday night, and everyone stayed in and just played. And we played, and so we could organise sort of transport to get everyone home safely. People just played, and that has carried on. So Saturday now has become our individual performance evening, and we still do it to this day. Snow or no snow, we have a Saturday night in, we have some wine and cheese, and every member plays something.